Luscious linguist, your lustful language laps at my lobes until I am all but lost. Locked here to listen to the lit list of lies, I linger, leveraged on less than a letter, learning all that is my life in a line. I lament, I'm light-headed, made listless by this laryngeal larceny, lulled languid by the lustrous lyrics that leap from your lips. And that was L Words by Tessa McGillivaray. Thank you very much.
Anyway, do you know those words forever, devotion, honor, and love that's true, debt unpaid, obligation, oh yeah, and duty too? They weren't invented as an afterthought or passing mood. They simply explain a fact that can't be changed. Oh, to not everybody knows what they mean. To come, they are just wasted ink, but to some, no matter how hard we try, their meaning echoes clearly in our bones and flows through veins that can't proclaim, sorry about your luck. And no matter how we fight it, wish to say, another time, duty holds us fastly where others should have been. It's not returning tit for tat or doing what we think we ought. It's just knowing obligation does not rely on some recent mood or harsh word said unthought. We know when needs outweigh will, when honor keeps us warm and forever keeps us true. I know my place and wonder now, why don't you? Words like duty by Serene Bechir.
It says Hot Air on here. I'm not sure if the title is Hot Air or Sod Off, but by Verity Cross anyway. Go on, tear me apart if you dare. Voice your opinions, I don't bloody care. You're so full of shit you ain't got a clue. Your ranting and raving ain't nothing new. People around you are tired of your voice. They want you to zip it and give them the choice. They walk away quick when you walk in a room because all they can hear is your voice going boom. You rant about Arabs, rant about Jews. You think your opinion is all that is news. You hate politicians, religious freaks. You castrate the gays, clean up the streets. You've done everything, been everywhere, faster and better than everyone here. You think that you're special, one hell of a man, a one-off creation since life began. But the truth is, you moron, you're full of hot air. You bluster and shout to prove you have flair. You ain't got a brain, it bloody expired. So sod off, you pillock, before I get tired. It's that, by Verity Cross. That's great to read, called Sod Off. Thank you.
Only the endless night leads to the underpaintings of happiness and the smell of stars in the grass, the crickets of the sky. The days float on the high sea of unearthen loss. Towards the ordinary, away from live where you'll be alone, and this will be the only bread for nights. Remember then how the fireflies sowed the stars on the earth.
We've now got one by Huck. Called Ex-Smokers by Huckleberry Hax. It's come from Cyril and the Cigarette Factory. Oh yes, I've heard him. This is a story that Huck read over at the Written Word Writers Circle one Wednesday. As it says here, with apologies to Roald Dahl, as you'll see why, if you know. There's one thing we just can't abide, that jars, that grates, that hurts our pride, and that's a person who has lost the will to smoke and cites the cost to health, to pocket as his reason for this act of total treason. With non-smokers we can sympathise. They've never smoked. It's no surprise. They even think the weed a dirty habit, even though they tend to rabbit on about legislation. They've never had that great sensation. Fags, we tell them, won't be banned. Non-smokers just don't understand. But ex-smokers, if they kept their peace, if they let their endless nagging cease, if they simply stopped and said no more, we resentment would not store. Instead, they are the loudest voice, the harshest critics of our choice, the first to cough when we light up, the first to gasp upon the cup and cry, though being tea-mug choked, Gary, John, Sue, I never knew you smoked. They'll tell you you're just not the sort. They'll calculate on packets bought, the stocks and shares you could have stored, the days you could have spent abroad. We know who would go over there without a cigarette or two to spare. They'll tut each time you must step out. He's gone to smoke a fag, no doubt. They'll define you solely by your pleasure. Consumption daily they will measure. That's 17 you've had, they'll say. You don't need any more today. You will be bored. Be warned, you know, of tales of mighty will and how these days they feel just so much better, energised, powerful, a real go-getter. But when their lives do tougher get, back to the cigs they'll go, we bet. To the garage they'll fly, 20 fags and fast they'll cry. A puff at first, no more, just while they struggle through this heavy mile. For surely in a moment's stress no one will mind a slight regress to happier times. And then it's done. The pack now finished, another one is bought, but still it's all okay. Just until next week they'll say. 5, 6, 7 years have passed after all, since the fag they called their last. Another month, they'll give up then. They've done it before, they'll do it again. And when acceptance comes at last, they'll laugh off old remarks that fast. And in assumption they will hold their welcome back within the fold. So forgive us if we puffers seem nonplussed by such a healthy dream. It's not respect for you we lack, when we say with confidence, you'll be back.
This is Corwyn Allen, Diana's Bow. Driving eastward along the Gulf Coast road, the sky turns dark and the myriad stars begin to pop into life as the sun surrenders its place to them. Rising over the water, the last thin crescent of moon displays itself brilliantly silver against the sable scrim of sky, undiminished by the stars around her. Chasing the moon as she climbs higher into the sky, Venus appears a bright orb, matching the moon's brilliance, a diamond on fire, mocking the stars that are now only backdrop to the greater drama unfolding in the heavens. Slowly the two, crescent moon and diamond Venus, come together almost as lovers. Meeting at last, the white-hot gem finally comes to rest. Upon the outer curve, touching with gentle kiss, Diana now appears, drawing her bow of carved yew, poised to loose the arrow, tipped with crystalline Venus. Driving eastward along the Gulf Coast, we gaze in amaze at this vision of the goddess, painfully, beautifully Artemis, and we give thanks for being granted this rare glimpse.
Poem 24, a slightly prosaic title, 4 new quatrains by Earl Dinkin. A soldier rests a moment to write a letter, then notices he has some very bad wounds. My, but you sure have a lot of nice china. Would you mind very much if I choosed? Let's look. We know there's something there. I'm scathing with Phoenix on it. Open the bay doors easily, I don't care, with no sea to sonnet. I don't like it. It looks like garbage and seems like the rubber worm in youth. Same dress, same suit, same test, same action suit. Throw those pants in the air where the red can't sting, but not for telling nature it's my turn for such things. Okay, that was poem 24 by Earl Dinkin. Thank you very much for that, Earl.